Welcome to setting up your Cloud9 environment for your web classes at WCCC. First question you might have is, what is Cloud9? And it's a web-based development environment, meaning you can do all of your coding here. You can also host and store files, including images. And you'll also be able to share all of your files, so you don't have to email files, you don't have to email links, you don't have to upload files to MyWarren, none of that. So it'll be a little easier to kind of share your work. Beware, it is now owned by Amazon Web Services. What does it cost? It's free. Now, if you just made your own account, it would actually be, you would have to use a credit card to sign up. So to avoid that, wait till you receive an invitation from me to join our CSC web team to get started. So I'll make sure that you have the right email set up in MyWarren, and you'll receive an email that'll sort of look like this. So that'll say you were invited to the team CSC web, and there'll be a link there that you click on. Click on the link, and you'll come to a page where you'll create a new account, and it will say Team CSC Web. And resist the temptation to sign in and just create a new account, and just use your name. You don't have to be real secretive about it. I want to be able to recognize who it is, so you could just use your regular name here. You'll have your name and you'll have a username, so you could just use your name, and then once you continue, it'll ask for a username. Now keep in mind, this username that you use, you want to keep that simple too. It could be just your name. You could just put it all together because it'll be part of your URL or your address when you share files. You also wanted something that's going to be easy to identify. I don't want to try and figure out who you are, so it'd be nice if your name was part of that username. So once you continue, it'll just ask you a couple questions. You could just say you're a student and that you're working on coursework, and hit next, and then just confirm your details. So you'll see you have a name, a username, email address that you were going to be using, and you'll hit next, and you'll get this one last thing about validating that you're not a robot. And it will create your account. It'll seem to go into your account when you first do it. Now, I'm already logged in. When I did this, I'm logged in. That's why it says you are logged in. So you could just say join team if you see a button to say join team. And once you do that, it'll take you to your workspace, although it will have a little reminder to set your password, and you should probably do that right away. You could set your password and then re-log in. So I'm going to go back to my email, and I'll see there's an email here from Cloud9 telling me to reset my password or to set my password. So just click on the link to do that, just like you did the first time. So I'm going to click on here, and it'll have an area to set your password. Now keep it simple. It doesn't have to be super top secret, although it will not let you use too simple a password, so you might have to try once or twice, but make sure it's something that you'll remember, and you could create your password. And then if you want, you can log out. That little symbol there is the log out, and then it'll allow you to sign in again. You can use your email or your username, and then use the password you just created to sign in. And you'll be logged into your workspace. It's kind of like a dashboard that you're in. It's actually not your workspace. You'll see workspaces. It's kind of your dashboard. So you'll see an icon that you can have a gravatar. You can have a little picture of yourself if you want. You could go up to your settings, and I'm going to go into billing here. Now just keep in mind that it'll just say free. If you signed up yourself without getting an invite, you would have to use a credit card, even though it would still be free. So it shouldn't say any credit card information down there. And I'm going to go back to my kind of dashboard area, and I'll just go through creating a workspace. We'll do this again. You don't have to do this right now, but I just want to show you that you can create a workspace for HTML, for WordPress, for Python, for C++, even for PHP, for working with databases, which we'll also do with Cloud9. And I'm just going to set one up right now for PHP just to try it out. And it does require you to put a workspace name. That'll be your folder, your directory. So I'll give you instructions on how to name that. So this is just kind of just an example. And you'll create workspace. You'll choose which type of workspace. And then it'll kind of get started. Now once it loads, you'll have your workspace. It'll look something like this at first. There'll be a couple like windows or tabs open, kind of a welcome tab and a readme. And if you go into the welcome, there's a place where you can actually leave it in full IDE. You can actually change the theme color if you don't want to use white. If you want to use kind of like that nice dark theme that I'll probably be using, you could change it there. And they'll have all little hints on how to work with the interface. And I'll go through that in another video, but you can close up the little tabs that are there. You'll see you'll have a folder there for your workspace. And I'll just click on that little Cloud9 icon. That'll take me back to kind of my dashboard area, and I'll see that I have a workspace there. There's my sample PHP, and then I can log out using that little icon up there. Now do take note of the URL, which is c9.io. It'll be a little confusing going through the Amazon Web Services. They'll try to get you to set up for Amazon Web Services, but you want to go to the Cloud9, so make sure I'll give you instructions to use that URL so you get right to the Cloud9 login and avoid all the Amazon Web Services stuff. So I'll give you more instructions on doing that as we continue.